What Aaron Boone did tonight should be a fireable offense. How in your right mind do you submit that lineup card with a straight face? This sounds like something a Yankees Twitter meme page would put out to talk about the ineptitude of this fucking organization. But no, this is fucking real life. If you're not fully getting what I'm talking about here, let's look at the lineup from last night, shall we? We have leading off Jahmai Jones. Jahmai Jones is a good baseball player. Do not get me wrong, but 5 at-bats a month, coming off of one of the biggest wins that we've had, getting DJ LeMahieu off the schneid with home run. Volpe finally hitting a home run. You have Verdugo finally getting a hit. Rodon giving you a great start. That was a momentum builder. You know what you want to do after that? You want to go on a run. You turn that momentum into wins. It's hard to do that when you have your best players on the bench. Austin Wells hit a home run yesterday. He is on the bench. Oswaldo Cabrera, he had a great day yesterday. He's on the bench. For who, you might ask? That's interesting because I can understand the Austin Wells. He hasn't had a break in a few days. Finally, you give Narvaez a chance behind the plate. That's not my real issue. My real issue comes in the form of taking a guy like Oswaldo Cabrera out and you're putting in Jahmai Jones. You had Ben Rice that could have taken that spot, who's also better than JD Davis. I get he's been struggling, but he's still a hell of a lot better than what JD Davis could bring in his first game back off the sickness IL. And even before he was on the sickness IL, he gave us jack fucking shit. And then to sandwich both of those terrible decisions between Juan Soto and Aaron Judge is absolutely asinine. It's ridiculous. Aaron Boone really walked up to the umpire and said, "This is my lineup," and didn't have second thoughts. He was asked about it to the media, and he said, "Well, you know, this is just my chance of trying to space out the lineup and get players playing time where they need it." If you're trying to get them playing time, you don't have to put them in the cleanup spot or the leadoff spot. This is a Mets team the Yankees should be smoking. Yes, the Mets offense is good. Getting to their bullpen has sucked over the last 20 games. You also had Jose Quintana on the mound, who's old as dirt. This was the most winnable game that we've lost this year. And props to the Yankees because somehow, some way, we almost pulled this off. If Ben Rice doesn't hit it into left center field and he actually hits that ball out, we win this game and this just becomes a moot point. But guess what? He didn't. And now because we lost the game, the focus is on you, Boone. It's finally not on the players. Because we've been saying for the past month that the players have to step up. Boone can't play. Boone's not able to give us the hits. We can't be blaming him for everything. Well, there's certain things you could have blamed him for, but he was getting off the hook a little bit. Now you're finally in the bullseye. John Boy put out a video before the game talking about why possibly he put this lineup out. And there was an excerpt in one of the Yankee books, and it talked about Joe Torre in '92 playing one of the worst lineups he could have imagined to put pressure on the front office. And look, maybe it worked in 1992, but guess what? This is a team that needs to win games. We are in a heavily contested division race. By the way, the team that we are in contention with lost to the fucking Marlins today, so we could have gained a full game on them, gotten half a game back of Baltimore. But no, you decided to try and send a petty message to Brian Cashman, if that's even true. To be honest, in some ways, I believe what Aaron Boone is saying. And what Aaron Boone said was some of the dumbest shit you will ever hear from a manager. This is not Little League. This is not travel ball. This is not middle school. This is not high school. Not everyone has to play. You earn your playing time. Why does it matter that much that a guy like Jahmai Jones gets as much playing time as possible? Why does it matter to you that much that Narvaez gets in there? If Wells is healthy and Wells is not fatiguing, he just hit a homer yesterday. He is hot. You just put him in the cleanup spot for a fucking reason. This is a series we should have been able to win. Heading into the Boston series, we needed to come off of crazy momentum, and we almost had it. Like I said before, the end of the Rays series, although we split that series, was a great one. And now you just put this team right back to square one, either because of ineptitude or to send a petty message. Either way, this is possibly a fireable offense. I know some people are going to think I'm overreacting. It's one game. He put out one bad lineup. Whoop-de-whoop. This is as important as games in September. Gaining games on Baltimore now is just as important as gaining games on Baltimore in August and September. To not care one bit about trying to win this game, throwing them out there and seeing what happens. Wasting a great start from Luis Gil. This game was a fucking joke. The fact that you had the leadoff hitter and the cleanup hitter, either bums or ice cold players, Judge walked 4 times in a row. Because guess what? JD Davis wasn't going to do jack shit. Putting JD Davis in the cleanup hole is enough grounds for me to say Aaron Boone should not manage another game in the major league. That was one of the most disgraceful lineups I have ever seen in my life. And like I said before, props to the players, because if it wasn't for Ben Rice being this shy of a home run, we may not be having this discussion at the moment. We may have won this game and it may have been a little bit of water under the bridge. It's the fact that you were bold enough to make this move, knowing the probable outcome, that outcome coming true. He fielded a AAA lineup to sandwich Juan Soto and Aaron Judge in there. It's ridiculous what this lineup was. And that's to go with some of the other underlying issues that you can blame Aaron Boone for. The mental lapses on the pitching end. Is that on Matt Blake? Is that on Aaron Boone for not having any accountability? What is it? Because too many times, even in this game, you saw it with Luke Weaver. What are we doing? With 2 outs, bases loaded, how the fuck do you have this guy 3-0 before you strike him out? The mental lapses on this team are also a product of the coaching staff, and that involves Aaron Boone. I've been trying to hold my tongue because I know the players are not performing at their best at the moment. I know that this past month has been gut-wrenching one in terms of watching this team look so lethargic, look so bad. And a lot of that wasn't going to fall on Boone, because why should it? Players are playing like dog shit. Of course you're going to lose. But the fact that he was so willing to lose this game speaks volumes, and now sheds a light on all the other underlying issues on this team. Was I too hard on Aaron Boone here? Am I overreacting? Probably. But let me know if you think I am, or if you think I'm justified. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. That was fucking atrocious.